Toss-up 1. Biology. Multiple choice. Which of the following methods of dissemination of bacterial genetic material is mismatched to its description? W. Transduction, viral transfer of one cell's DNA to another, X. Binary fission, cellular division. Y. Conjugation, through physical interaction, a donor's cell transfers genetic material to a recipient cell. Z. Transformation, one bacteria engulfs another to integrate its DNA. Answer. Z. Transformation. One bacteria engulfs another to integrate its DNA. Bonus 1. Biology. Multiple choice. In one form of epigenetics called genomic imprinting, DNA is silenced by what mechanism? W. Methylation, X. Acetylation. Y. Phosphorylation. Z. Ubiquitination. Answer. W. Methylation. Toss-up 2. Physics. Multiple choice. A box of proper length L, proper width W, and proper height is falling right side up without tumbling toward the ground. The Lorentz contraction predicts that which of the following dimensions will be contracted? W. Only height, X. Only height and length. Y. Only length and width. Z. Height, width, and length. Answer. W. Only height. Bonus 2. Physics. Short answer. A curve banked at 45 degrees has a radius of 62.5 meters. Assuming g equals 10 meters per second squared, if a car is to navigate through the curve with no friction needed, with what speed, in meters per second, should the car travel? Answer, 25. Toss-up 3. Math. Short answer. A cube painted red on all sides has an edge length of 4 inches. If the cube is then cut into 64 cubes of edge length 1 inch, how many of the 1-inch cubes have exactly one face painted red? Answer, 24. Bonus 3. Math. Multiple choice. A point has rectangular coordinates 3, 3. What are its equivalent polar coordinates? W, 3, pi over 6, x, 3, pi over 4. Y, 3 times the square root of 2, pi over 6. Z, 3 times the square root of 2, pi over 4. Answer. Z, 3 times the square root of 2, pi over 4. Toss-up 4. Energy multiple choice. What percentage of the world's geothermally produced electricity is produced in the United States? W, 11%, X, 17%. Y, 24%. Z, 30%. Answer: Z, 30%. Bonus 4. Energy multiple choice. Which of the following is not a type of vacuum pump? W. Scroll pump, X. Roots blower. Y. Diaphragm compressor. Z. Turbomolecular pump. Answer: Y. Diaphragm compressor. Toss-up 5. Earth and space multiple choice. Which of the following are the latitudes most favorable for tornadogenesis? W. 30 to 50 degrees north and south, X. 45 to 60 degrees north. Y. 0 to 10 degrees north and south. Z. 0 to 60 degrees north. Answer: W. 30 to 50 degrees north and south. Bonus 5. Earth and space multiple choice. The rest frame lifetime of a muon is 2.2 microseconds. Muons are produced in the upper atmosphere by collisions with cosmic rays. The light travel time from the upper atmosphere to the ground is about 150 microseconds. Nevertheless, a substantial fraction of muons produced in the upper atmosphere are observed on the ground. For an observer on the ground, which of the following principles best explains this phenomenon? W. Length contraction, X. Atmospheric scintillation. Y. Time dilation. Z. Pair production. Answer: Y. Time dilation. Toss-up 6. Chemistry multiple choice. Which of the following molecules cannot be isolated as an optically pure sample? W. Valine, X. Tartaric acid. Y. Epichlorohydrin. Z. Trans,4-chlorocyclohexanol. Answer: Z. Trans,4-chlorocyclohexanol. Bonus 6. Chemistry. Short answer. What two chemists, in 2001, were awarded half the Nobel Prize for their work on asymmetric hydrogenation? Answer: Knowles and Noyori. Toss-up 7. Biology multiple choice. Which of the following infectious agents should a human be least concerned about contracting? W. Prion, X. Viroid. Y. Retrovirus. Z. RNA virus. Answer: X. Viroid. Bonus 7. Biology multiple choice. Which of the following molecules catalyzes the formation of peptide bonds between amino acids? W. Protease, X. Ribosome. Y. Pepsin. Z. Kinase. Answer, X. Ribosome. Toss-up, 8. Physics. Multiple choice. Which of the following statements is not true? W. Electrons, protons, and neutrons obey the Pauli exclusion principle, X. The Pauli exclusion principle applies to all fermions. Y. All fermions have a spin of 1/2. Z. Electrons, protons, and neutrons obey Fermi-Dirac distribution. Answer. Y. All fermions have a spin of 1/2. Bonus, 8. Physics. Short answer. Two light waves travel the same distance of 6 × 10⁻⁻7 meters but in mediums of refractive indices 1.54 and 1.00. Providing your answer in scientific notation to one significant figure, what is the time delay in seconds between waves? Answer, 1 × 10⁻⁻15. Toss-up, 9. Math. Multiple choice. The price of an item is discounted by 10% and then the new price is further discounted by 20%. What single discount is equivalent to this double discount? W. 15%, X. 28%. Y. 30%. Z. 72%. Answer, X. 28%. Bonus, 9. Math. Short answer. Let g of x equal the square of the quantity x minus 1. What is the set of all real values of x for which g of x is greater than 4? Answer, x less than -1 or x greater than 3. Toss-up, 10. Energy multiple choice. Which of the following metals reacts violently with water? W. Gold, X. Lithium. Y. Iron. Z. Mercury. Answer, X. Lithium. Bonus, 10. Energy multiple choice. How many electrons are transferred for the complete electrochemical oxidation of one hydrogen molecule in a fuel cell? W. 1, X. 2. Y. 4. Z. 6. Answer, X. 2. Toss-up, 11. Earth and space multiple choice. Which of the following factors is most important in controlling the density of seawater? W. Temperature, X. Salinity. Y. Pressure. Z. Amount of oxygen in water. Answer. W. Temperature. Bonus, 11. Earth and space short answer. The Palmer Drought Severity Index is based on 5 factors: precipitation, evapotranspiration, the amount of water needed for soil recharge, the amount of runoff needed to keep bodies of water at normal levels, and what other factor? Answer: stored soil moisture. Toss-up 12. Chemistry. Multiple choice. Which of the following statements is not true of polyunsaturated fatty acids? W. They are highly concentrated in cell membranes of the nervous system. X. They are the most prevalent fatty acid found in the human body. Y. They contain 2 or more double bonds. Z. They play a crucial role in brain function. Answer: X. They are the most prevalent fatty acid found in the human body. Bonus 12. Chemistry. Multiple choice. Which of the following is not true of conjugated dienes? W. Increasing conjugation is proportional to increased UV wavelength absorption. X. Heats of formation are lower than unconjugated dienes. Y. S-trans dienes participate in Diels-Alder cyclization. Z. At lower temperatures, 1,2 addition products predominate. Answer: Y. S-trans dienes participate in Diels-Alder cyclization. Toss-up 13. Biology. Multiple choice. Which of the following portions of a gene could ultimately be translated to protein? W. Exon, X. Terminator. Y. Intron. Z. Promoter. Answer: W. Exon. Bonus 13. Biology. Multiple choice. What is the reason why many modern crop-producing plants, such as wheat, have much larger cell volumes than the ancestral wild plants from which they were derived? W. Plants can tolerate trisomy X. Plants can tolerate polyploidy. Y. Plants have been genetically engineered. Z. Plants tolerate gene duplications. Answer: X. Plants can tolerate polyploidy. Toss-up 14. Physics. Multiple choice. A projectile is launched tangentially to the Earth's surface with a speed such that it will neither collide with the Earth nor escape its gravity. Ignoring air resistance, this projectile's trajectory will have what shape? W. Parabolic, X. Circular. Y. Elliptical, X. Hyperbolic. Answer: Y. Elliptical. Bonus 14. Physics. Multiple choice. A 100-meter spaceship moves past you with speed square root of 3 times c divided by 2. At what length in meters do you measure the spaceship? W. 50, x. 50 times the square root of 3. Y. 100. Z. 200. Answer: W, 50. Toss-up, 15. Math. Multiple choice. In the Mid-State Football Conference, each team plays every other team exactly once during a calendar year. If a total of 45 conference games were played in 2012, how many teams were in the conference? W, 8, X, 9. Y, 10. Z, 11. Answer. Y, 10. Bonus, 15. Math. Short answer. Given f of x equals the square root of the quantity 2 minus x, for what value or values of x does f of the quantity x plus 2 equals 1? Answer, x equals negative 1. Toss-up, 16. Energy multiple choice. Which of the following will generally cause the kinetics of a reaction to increase? W. Decreasing surface area, x. Decreasing concentration. Y. Increasing temperature. Z. Increasing number of side reactions. Answer. Y. Increasing temperature. Bonus, 16. Energy short answer. In megajoules, how much energy does a 2.5 kilowatt stove use if turned on for 2 hours? Answer, 18. Toss-up, 17. Earth and space multiple choice. The Coriolis effect causes objects moving in the northern hemisphere to veer in which of the following ways? W. To the right, or clockwise when viewed from above, x. To the left, or counterclockwise when viewed from above. Y. In an upward direction. Z. In a downward direction. Answer. W. To the right, or clockwise when viewed from above. Bonus, 17. Earth and space short answer. The average kinetic energy of ions in the solar core is too low to overcome the Coulomb barrier between the ions. What phenomenon allows nuclear fusion to take place nevertheless? Answer. Quantum tunneling. Toss-up, 18. Chemistry. Multiple choice. Which of the following is generally not considered to be an appropriate SN2 electrophile? W. Benzyl bromide, X. Allyl bromide. Y. Propargyl bromide. Z. Vinyl bromide. Answer. Z. Vinyl bromide. Bonus, 18. Chemistry. Short answer. What is the major organic product formed when 1-butanol is treated with the Collins reagent? Answer. Butanol. Toss-up, 19. Biology. Multiple choice. In a landmark 1958 study by researchers Messelson and Stahl involving nitrogen isotope labeling, which of the following important DNA replication mechanisms was supported by their data? W. Semi-conservative, X. Dispersive, Y. Conservative, Z. Transformative. Answer. W. Semi-conservative. Bonus, 19. Biology. Multiple choice. What is the term for deposition of solid matter composed of mineral substances and salts, formed in any portion of the human body, such as kidney stones? W. Calculus, X. Caries. Y. Carbuncle. Z. Cachexia. Answer. W. Calculus. Toss-up, 20. Physics. Short answer. Ryan, who weighs 150 pounds, and Kate, who weighs 50 pounds, are standing on slippery ice and push off from each other. Ignoring friction, if Ryan moves off at 1 meter per second, Kate moves off with what speed in meters per second? Answer, 3. Bonus, 20. Physics. Multiple choice. The orbit of Mercury has a semi-major axis of 0.4 AU and an eccentricity of 0.2. At which of the following distances from the Sun in AU will Mercury move the slowest? W. 0.3. X. 0.4. Y. 0.5. Z. 0.8. Answer. Y. 0.5. Toss-up, 21. Math. Short answer. The IQ of a Martian varies directly with the square of the number of tentacles it has. If a Martian with 5 tentacles has an IQ of 75, what is the IQ of a Martian having 8 tentacles? Answer, 192. Bonus, 21. Math. Multiple choice. If y equals 2 times cosine of x squared, what is dy over dx at x equals pi over 4? W, negative 2, x, negative 1. Y, 1. Z, 2. Answer. W, negative 2. Toss-up, 22. Earth and space short answer. What 2 underwater events can cause tsunamis? Answer. Earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. Bonus, 22. Earth and space multiple choice. Even if nothing was done to clean up the 2010 Deepwater Horizon oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico, which of the following areas would likely remain unaffected by the oil floating on the surface? W. Brazil, X. Florida. Y. Cape Hatteras. Z. Yucatan Peninsula. Answer. W. Brazil. Toss-up, 23. Chemistry. Multiple choice. According to the integrated form of the Clausius-Clapeyron equation solved for the natural logarithm of vapor pressure and absolute temperature data can be plotted to give a straight line. Which of the following corresponds to the slope? W. Negative delta H of vaporization over R. X. Delta H of vaporization over R. Y. Negative R over delta H of vaporization. Z. R over delta H of vaporization. Answer. W. Negative delta H of vaporization over R. Bonus, 23. Chemistry. Short answer. Place the following four substances in order from lowest to highest boiling point: 1. Carbon tetrachloride, 2. Ethane, 3. Propane, 4. Water. Answer: 2, 3, 1, 4. Toss-up, 24. Biology. Short answer. What is the one type of infectious agent that contains no nucleic acid? Answer. Prion. Bonus, 24. Biology. Multiple choice. Loss of the retinoblastoma gene product, RB, causes cancer by affecting which of the following portions of the cell cycle? W. G1/S checkpoint, X. S/G2 checkpoint. Y. G2/M checkpoint. Z. M/G1 checkpoint. Answer. W. G1/S checkpoint. Toss-up, 25. Physics. Multiple choice. Which of the following quantities has an inverse cubic relationship with distance? W. The magnitude of the gravitational force between 2 point masses, x. The electric potential energy for a point charge. Y. The magnetic field strength at an axial point from the center of a current loop. Z. The speed of a satellite in circular orbit around the Earth. Answer. Y. The magnetic field strength at an axial point from the center of a current loop. Bonus, 25. Physics. Short answer. A horizontal water pipe tapers so that the cross-sectional area of the pipe decreases. If the water moves at 3 meters per second in the larger portion of the pipe and at 15 meters per second in the smaller portion, what is the change in pressure, in pascals, as the water moves from the larger portion to the smaller portion of the pipe? Assume the density of water is 1000 kilograms per cubic meter and incompressible. Answer: -108,000.